a Board of Estimate and Taxation meeting to order at this time, and I would ask that we would call the roll, please.
Board Member Becker. Here. Fry.
Here.
Bender. Here. Bourne. Board Member Bourne.
Here.
Warsami.
Present.
President Wheeler.
Present.
There are 6 members present.
Do we have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Our agenda is before us. A motion on the minutes from the 13th of November.
So moved.
Moved and
Second.
second. Any additions or corrections to the minutes? None. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, so we're on to the discussion. We had several calendars that had come before us, and the later one, I think, is the draft of December 11th was the one that sets out our meeting schedule for the new year and gives a little more flexibility than we had in the first one. Do we need an action on this agenda? We do. So is there a motion to accept the December 11th calendar? Been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Number 5, we have received a report on city expenditures as a result of the Trump campaign event, and it was somewhat north of $500,000 of additional expenses for the city. And I understand that there is some work going on to try to set up a policy so that we don't get stuck with huge extra, the taxpayers in Minneapolis don't get stuck with huge extra expenses like this particular one. When is there a time that we'll know more about this? 3 months, 4 months, sometime down the line? Somebody, okay. Mr. Ruff, thank you. I would have.
Sure. Mr. President, members of the DET, Mark Ruff, interim city coordinator. The answer to your question is twofold. One is we expect the policy to come in front of the city council in January or early February. So that is the short answer. The other is certainly in discussions with the city attorney and could have a longer time frame, but those discussions are ongoing and active. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you very much. We just felt it was important as a Board of Estimate and Taxation being in charge of good stewardship of the resources that the taxpayers in Minneapolis not get stuck with huge additional expenses that were not anticipated. We have a report on the 2019 fall bond sale. We need a motion on that too. Would somebody like to move the fall bond sale?
Second.
Moved and seconded.
And that's up for $118 million? Correct?
Is that before? Anything you want to say, Mr. Hoppy, or who some of you may not know? He's our recently recently hired staff person who helps support the important work of the Board of Estimate and Taxation. Anything else you want to add to this?
Mr. President and board members, what you're seeing here are the results of the bond sale. So you've previously approved going ahead with the sale.
So we don't have to reapprove. We're seeing the results.
You're just seeing the results here of 2.69%, very attractive interest rate in today's marketplace.
Excellent. Very good. So we've received that report. Resolution approving the Board of Estimate Taxation 2020 budget and appropriation. And there's a piece in there that gives the details that comes to an amount of, let's see if it's basically $110,000 and change. Yes?
Yes, we're a good deal, people. In case you're wondering, we're cheap and we're a good deal.
We're thrifty. Let's do that.
Okay. I'll go with thrifty.
So we need a resolution to, somebody needs to approve this or needs to make a resolution.
I would move that we adopt a budget for the year.
This motion's been made. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion?
President, would you like?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Please, Commissioner Barton.
Thank you, President Wheeler. I'm generally supportive of the budget, and I certainly agree with Vice President Becker's value for the Board of Estimate and Taxation. There is a couple of line items that I do have a little bit of concern with. Considering we're such a small budget, we're dedicating almost 9% of our budget this year to sending members of this board to New Orleans for a conference. Provided that this board just received a report on visiting politicians to cities and the extra events and the extra expenses on taxpayers. I certainly see a value in sending our new staff member to the conference, but I think many of us have had ample opportunities to attend this conference. I'm wondering if this $9,800 to send this board to New Orleans is the best use of taxpayer funds at this time. But other than that, I think the budget is incredibly lean, and I know the mayor asked folks to really sharpen our pencils on this budget, and we're really supportive of the numbers that came out of that, so we could dedicate our limited resources towards some shared higher values. But I do just have that concern over the 9% expenditure in our budget, so I'm not sure I will be supporting the budget this year.
Any further discussion? Vice President Becker.
I would note that we cut our budget by half this last year. We were over $200,000 last year, and we're about $100,000. So the fact that we are spending people to be educated about finance, especially people who aren't experts in finance, is, I think, a good investment in our time. We want educated elected officials, and this is the premier conference to learn about what's going on in finance. But I want people to understand, when I say that we're cheap, and I appreciate David, thrifty, we cut our budget by half. So I put that out there for anybody who wants to sit and talk about whether or not we are doing a good job here. So.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, let's call a roll on this one.
Board Member Becker.
Aye.
Fry.
Aye.
Bender.
Aye.
Bourne.
No.
Warsami.
Aye.
President Wheeler.
Aye.
There are 5 ayes and 1 nay.
All right, next before us is the resolution approving the levy for the annual pension contribution to the Teachers Retirement Association. This is a piece that we've been doing on an annual basis. Do we have somebody want to move that we approve this?
I wouldn't make that motion.
Motion has been made. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none? Oh, there is some discussion.
I would just
Ms.
note,
Becker.
as I note annually, that I don't think this is an appropriate thing for the city to be doing. This should be under the aegis of the school board, where these costs were actually accumulated. But we're required by law to do this, so we got to do it.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, let's call a roll on this one, too.
Board Member Becker.
Aye.
Fry.
Aye.
Bender.
Aye.
Bourne.
Aye.
Warsami.
Aye.
President Wheeler.
Aye.
There are 6 ayes and no nays.
We have some unfinished business that carried over from our previous meeting, and that has to do with capital project closeouts on number 9. The resolution requesting the Board of Estimate Taxation concur with the reallocation and redistribution of excess revenue bond proceeds for capital projects and programs being closed, and it lists all those. We had somebody wondered if that was a legal thing to do, and we spent some of our precious money to hire an attorney to find out, yes, in fact, what we have done for a long time and will continue to do is completely legal. We need a resolution on that one, too.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Again, let's call a roll on this one, please.
Board Member Becker.
Aye.
Fry.
Aye.
Bender.
Aye.
Bourne.
Aye.
Warsami.
Aye.
President Wheeler.
Aye.
There are 6 ayes and no nays.
Number 10, resolution authorizing the issuance and sale of assessment bonds. And there are 4 different ones. Do we need to do those separately, or can we do them together? I would entertain a motion to take all 4 together.
I would move 10.1 through 10.4 as a slate.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Also, a roll call vote on this, please.
Board Member Becker.
Aye.
Fry.
Aye.
Bender.
Aye.
Bourne.
Aye.
Warsami.
Aye.
President Wheeler.
Aye.
There are 6 ayes and no nays.
Any further announcements? I thank each and every person who had to sit and listen to us, and the 6 members and our staff person, and the great support we get from our city clerk's office, and our attorneys too. Thank you so much. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Oh, I see a hand.
Can I come in quick?
Yes, go ahead, please.
We'll just give our staff a few minutes to kind of reshuffle the room, so the council meeting will reconvene at about 8:30.
Thank you very much, Council President Becker. Not Becker, yeah, that's
Bender,
right.
Bender, other side.
Bender
Left
Becker.
side, left side.
I'm surrounded by bees. All those in favor of adjourning the meeting, say aye. Aye. So moved. Thank you.
Please.